Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Aces of Valor, second edition by Berserker Games, designed by Eric Brown Russing, and it is designed or developed by Jan Horanek. And still testing out the module, getting it ready to submit the final so I can put it up online. But I'll keep running into things that I don't like or things that I've adjusted one thing and dominoes have fallen on the other. So I think we've got it down. I ended up reconstructing my save game off of the last one because my enemy, something I'd done with my prototypes, my enemy was not, when I shot them down, was subtracting VPs instead of giving them. So I went back in and changed all that back to where it belongs. So some of this I'm still picking up and putting back where it belongs. We are at base B. I had the flight map all back together. I got the luck cards back together. I got my guys where I think they were. I know they were. I looked at my video. Thank God we're recording. And I discarded the cards that we already had used. We did use the 9 card to get Eric, I believe it was. Yes, Eric as a veteran. So we can go continue on now. I think we're done screwing around. And new arrivals, MPs divided by D6 replacement aircraft on 5 plus. It's a little different than the rules. Or no, MP slash D6. So that's I'm actually jumping ahead of myself right there. I understand that on the thing now. That is, if we have MPs left, you can buy for each MP you spend, you receive one new scout to replace a missing one. If not, you can roll a d6 to get to see if you get any. So that's all. I'm just misunderstanding that. So we do have 3 MPs right now, and I don't remember whether I left them on the track. No, I did not. So let's go ahead and put them on the track right now. 3 MPs left over from the last mission. We are down 3 planes, so we're going to go ahead and roll for 3 planes availability. First plane, scout, and we're on the second turn now. Long dice is 6. That's going to be a Halberstadt D2. Second plane, and that's going to be 1 point down. Got too many windows gone here. Second plane is going to be a 1. That's going to be another E3 rolling in. I like the old E3s for sentimental value, but they are lightweights, which is why we lost a lot of them. And the last plane that we are short is going to be and I'm rolling the wrong dice again, 6, 2 Halberstadts then. So we're starting to roll in the new class. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and release Eric from a E3, and we are going to leave the other Halberstadt open for Manfred. It doesn't matter, actually. I can give that to him whenever he comes out of the hospital. And we're going to check for that next as we go to the aircraft. And that's the other thing I did. I did fix this up to where it says 4 plus to recover in the hospital now instead of 3 plus, and then 3 plus over here on the repair shop instead of 4 plus. So I switched them around yesterday. I did the artwork. I don't think that turned out badly. All I did was copy and paste, and it actually turned out looks okay. So I can actually read that now. 4 plus to recover Manfred. 2, we do not get him back, so he's going to continue to stay in the hospital. Um, we do not have any aircraft to recall, so we're going to draw our next card. And for that, we go to the main map. And I've got everything covered by windows now. Windows everywhere. All right, get him out of the way real quick. Maybe I'll find a more intuitive way to do that next turn. It felt good when I was doing it, but maybe I'll put the next turn right on this counter instead, just so it's easier to get to. Anyway, our next that brings our next mission, which is an artillery support or artillery spotting. And I forgot to put out my planes. What we have for today, we have 6 and 0 and 2 and 0. We're actually doing good on planes. 2 and 0 on Halberstadts. All right. So let's read our card. Get our act together here. Tandems and bombers. Let's see what we need here. 4 scouts and 1 tandem. Navigate the artillery fire to a random enemy trench space. Fly from this to the space and execute artillery spotting. Special rules are none, so we need 1 tandem. And the only tandem we still have available is the Roland. And we're going to put him out on our flight. I have 2 screens, but I like to keep everything where everybody can see it, so I end up not. I don't know what I did with that Roland. There he is. So I end up shuffling windows all around anyway, so it's kind of disgusting. Artillery spotting, so we're going to go ahead and get a Morse code marker for him and put that underneath of him. Let's see. Next is mission length. We still have a lot of E3, so the mission length is going to be 23. Next is determining the weather. Got a 7. And 7's going to give us light cloud 0. All right. And next up is former flight. We got to take 4 guys along. I'm going to go ahead and take what? I'm just going to take these 4 right here. Try and get some of these green guys some experience while sending out veterans with them. And that gives me my 4 scouts and 1 tandem. Ordnance shortage check. We're not carrying any extra ordnance, so it is going into the mission phase. And as we are first starting out, I'll put this off to the side for right now. We need a random trench, so we're going to go ahead and roll the 3 dice. Got a 4, a 3, and a 2. Get the piece down here. Objective. 4, 3, and a 2, and we're looking for a random marker. So the 4 is going to take us to E and H. The 3 is going to take us to E to F, and the 2 is going to take us to E. So column E is where we're going to be going. Column E. Right there. All right, so that's pretty cut and dry. We're just going to come straight down here like this and back up. We're going to go straight to moving our flight counter. We're going to go to the right. We're going to roll a D6. There is no event. We needed a 1 to 2. We're going to move down into the next one. That's going to be a 1 to 2 again. Got a 6, no event. We're going to move down again. That's going to be a 1 to 2 again. 4, no event. We're going to move over our trenches. We're going to be now looking for a 1 to 4, or we don't really want a 1 to 4, but we get a 5, no event. And we are going to be going into their trenches, which is going to be a 1 to 4 again. A little coffee deal there. Sorry if you got to put up with that. Moving down into the target hex. We do check for Archie now, so we're rolling plus visibility. And the visibility has us at 0, so we are rolling a straight up D6 1. And there is no Archie going to be coming after us. We are going to be rolling a flight event, and this is, get my chart up here. Flight event over enemy territory is 1 to 3, I'm sure. Yes. And we get a 4, no event. Wow. So now we're going to go to the combat sequence, and the pre-combat sequences for recon and spotting that we're going to be going straight to 5, 4, I forget which one it is, but I'm going to go there in my rolls. Go straight to, we got artillery spotting and no enemy present, 5244. Combat actions in detail. 5244. Artillery spotting. If the mission card asks for it, mark 1 participant. We already did that. The target is not represented by a counter, so it cannot be attacked. So we're not going to be putting a counter down. We're just going to be rolling. We can conduct up to 3 artillery spotting attempts, 1 per each combat round, and the MPs are cumulative. To execute a combat spotting attempt, we're rolling a D6 plus visibility, plus 1 if second, or plus 2 if third attempt. If there are no opposing aircraft on the photo recon and artillery spotting, it could be a fairly easy mission. It depends on weather in a combat event. So each round we are going to be doing a combat event check. So for the first one, we don't have anybody out there, so we're going to go ahead and do a next round. First one, we're going to roll for our artillery spotting, and we're going to be adding visibility, which is nothing. And so that is going to be my guy over here. Kind of need him. You roll a d6, 2. Not very good spotting on the first one. That's going to give us a poor support 0. Nice. So we're going to go to round number 2. Nope, not yet. We're not. We're going to go back. We're going to go first off and roll a combat event check. Cannot forget that. And we are over trenches, and we're adding 0. Oh, 2d6, Greg. No, it is 1. 3. All enemy aircraft will depart where there is none. So now we are officially in combat round number 2. And we are going for, there's no combat. We're going to go do our deal with the spotting. Roll d6 too. Yeah, we're doing good today, gentlemen. That is, again, average support 1. So we actually got something this time. I might have messed that up last time. I think my die roll was a 2. Maybe it was that 1. I don't remember now. We're gonna stick with my. If I messed it up, that's my fault. Gonna roll a d6 for combat event. 3. And no visibility, so all aircraft would depart. So we're going to go into combat round number 3, which is going to knock off 2 more of our fuel. We're down to 16. We'll probably need to get back. So we will do 1 more round then of try to get a good spot roll here. 3. Not very good, but we'll take whatever we can get, right? Average support again. So we're only going to get 2 mission points out of this one, so it's not going to be that great. We still aren't back to base yet, and we do have a combat event to check on the 3rd round, so we're going to be Rolling a d6 for that. 5. All enemy aircraft will stay for another round. There is no enemy aircraft, so we're going to go ahead and start heading back. We're going to go move up. Get rid of this. That's going to put us over trenches. 1 to 4 for the event. 6. There is no event. We're going to move up again over friendly territory. 1 or 2. 4. No event. We're going to move up over friendly territory. 1 or 2. 3, no event, and we're going to move up over friendly territory. 1 to 2, 5, no event, and we're going to move to the left. Over friendly territory is 1 to 2, 6, no event. Boring. That's all right. We like boring because our guys are going to get some experience out of here if they land. So here comes the big one then. Landing at the friendly base. Damaged aircraft and green all have to do a landing. Now we did get this guy back, so he can go ahead and put what did I get that 1 point for already? You know what? I forgot to take it off. Good thing I checked on that. Set the points. Well, this guy goes back, so we can put those into the mission track, and we can get rid of that. And he goes back to the. He'll go back automatically. Don't have to do anything on that. He returns to base. He did not shoot anybody down, and I forgot to do this. Eric participates as a veteran, and Ernst participates as a seasoned. We got 2 MPs. So let's see here. Doing cleanup. I want to try to keep as much as possible to the experience checks. Oh, no, actually, we got to land first, darn it, Greg. Let's do the landing. Getting ahead of myself. These 2 automatically land, which is how I got ahead of myself. Because they are not damaged and they are skilled. So we'll start with this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and use I'm just going to roll. Landing. Rolling a d6. No skill. Visibility 0. We're landing at our base, so we're adding 1. 6, 7. He lands fine. Good thing I didn't try to use my. Then we're going to check his experience. We do them one at a time here. I don't lose track of things, which I tend to do. Each surviving green crew that has returned from a mission will roll a d6. We do not add anything to it because it was regular visibility. On a roll of 5 or 6, he will become seasoned. And we get a 1. He does not. The next guy, I'm going to go ahead and use my. You know what? I'm going to save that for a rainy day, literally. Let's go ahead and just roll a d6 for him, plus 1. Oops, not attack dice. 5, 6. He lands just fine. And we're going to roll see if he gets a 5 or 6 for experience. A 6, he does, so we will get a seasoned. And our seasoned is going to be Yosef joining us. Yosef is going to get a upgraded. Yosef upgraded. Manford Hospital. So we now have 4 experienced guys. We did not lose any aircraft. We got 2 points in there. We go to MPs to VPs next. So let's go ahead and look at the charts for campaign victory. I got 2 MPs. That's going to be minimum success of 0. So that's going to be 0 saved MPs then, because we need those 2 just to stay in that slot right there. And that's going to be 0 VPs, and it still gives us 3 for the campaign so far, which still leaves us then with 6 and 0 E3s for the next mission, and 2 and 0 Halberstadts for the next mission. And we are at 19 minutes, so I will end the game there. This is Aces of Valor by Berserker Games, designed by Eric von Rossing and developed by Jan Horenek. It's the second edition. Thanks for joining me. We are playing a playthrough plus testing the Vassal module, and that time actually worked well. I got nothing, um, nothing I had to really fix there, so we can go ahead and end this mission. Clean that up, gets rid of all the excess baggage there. That one's done. We can end the mission over here, which is going to reset our fuel. And we can, we will reset our MPs because they translated into VPs. And there you have it. Thanks everybody for joining me. We will see you next time. Have a good night.